Hey, Brandon here. Welcome to the channel and thanks for tuning in. Got another great rookie report here. And today we're going to talk about Malik Nabers, junior wide receiver from LSU. Will be one of the top wide receivers taken in the draft. I'm going to be joined here shortly by my podcast co-host and Jason DiRienzo. And we're going to talk about Malik Nabers. We're going to go over his scouting report. We're going to go over his stats from this year, some PFF grades. Look at his draft capital and his dynasty projection, man. So if you play dynasty, you play fantasy, and you're looking for 2024 rookie content out there, hit that subscribe button, man. On this channel, I got all sorts of rookie reports. We're going to do rookie reports pretty much on every rookie you're going to be drafted in your next year's rookie draft. And we got highlight films, film breakdowns, analysis, mock drafts. It's all here on this channel. Let's get to the show. Thanks for watching. All right, Jason, it is time to get into our rookie report, and let's talk about Malik Nabers. All right, exciting prospect. Everyone's excited about Malik Nabers, and why shouldn't you be? He is going to be a great ball player at the next level. 6 foot, 200 pounds. He is a true junior. Plays obviously for LSU. So as we go through these rookie reports, we're going to go through career statistics. We're going to talk about some PFF stats, some scouting reports, some draft and dynasty projections. But for career statistics, he's got 170 receptions, over 2,600 yards, 18 TDs, averaging 15.7 yards a catch. So that tells you he is a vertical threat for sure. A slot played 57% of the snaps, out wide 43%. And I love that personally. I love the versatility, being just a slot guy. I mean, it gives, I think, an NFL offensive coordinator the ability to move him around the formation to create mismatches in the field. Reception percentage 69, which is solid. I mean, I think 70 or more is pretty good. 14 drops. It was 7.6%. Again, they got some of these stats off PFF. So these are the stats on PFF. You guys listen to the podcast, you can't see these. Again, we're going to be putting these on the YouTube channel with these player cards so you can see all the stuff that we're talking about. But his receiving grade, 93.5, super, up there. Contested catch rate, 47.6. I was a little interested by that, just over 50% percentile. His grade versus man coverage, outstanding at 90.2. Again, these are PFF stats for the 2023 season. His yards after catch tied 89th in all of FBS football with 6.7, and his deep catches and deep yards. This is what's exciting, is he was second with 19 deep catches. I think they're 20 plus yards is the definition of a deep catch. And his deep yard 624. Again, these are 2023 stats. So any thoughts on the stats or the PFF grades or anything here?
Just the contested catch rate kind of stood out to me. I actually was pretty impressed with, when he had to go up and get the ball.
Yeah, me too.
Maybe that's a part of his game I need to go back and look at. That was just something I thought Marvin Harrison Jr. did a little bit more with. But yeah, that one stands out.
Yeah, it was interesting. There's actually, on these player cards that I've been doing for these rookie reports, there's not many contested catch guys with, really high grades, but I agree. Watching Malik Nabers, he went up and got the ball plenty and looked super comfortable doing it, super dominant as well. So let's get into the scouting report. This is the fun part of the show. We talk about what we like about him. And for me personally, his yards after the catch, his acceleration with the ball in his hands, I think is what's going to really make him a difference maker. I arguably think that he has some of the best yards after catch skill in college football right now. Of all of these receivers going to the 2024 NFL draft, this guy, he gets the ball in his hands. He works the defensive angles. He's got the acceleration. He's got the vision to really potentially take it to the house. He's got that good size frame at 6 foot, 200 pounds, where he's got the speed and elusivity to really do some damage in the second level. And I also like as far as the scouting report, is the versatility we talked about with him working out of the slot, and out wide. That is going to be just, I think, really good, because that just opens up the playbook for an offensive coordinator with a guy who has like really good hands and has the explosiveness and nuanced route running. So, I mean, a lot to like about Malik Nabers.
Well, 100%. And I mean, when I look at the skill set that I think is going to translate, he's just an explosive playmaker. And I think that yak ability plays right into that. He's a threat. If he has the ball and he's he catches the ball, he is a threat to take it to the house every single time based on
Mhm.
that speed, the manipulation of understanding pursuit angles and exploiting them. There's just so many ways that he knows how to gain additional yards. It's not just based on the athleticism, and that's what really intrigues me. And I also think he has a multifunctional skill set. And what I mean by that is that versatility. What was it? 57% in the slot, 43% out wide.
Mhm.
It's not like he's good at one or the other. He's good at both. And that's a huge benefactor for an NFL team that they can line him up anywhere knowing that he's going to succeed. So that goes a long way. And the film matches all of that.
Yeah, so I mean, again, we're going to talk about all the traits. Another trait that really his physicality too is fantastic. And me with
Oh, yeah.
physicality,
Yeah.
he's not afraid to fight for all those extra yards and stuff like that. I think he's going to have the physicality too to win hand battles at the line of scrimmage and all of that. So he's kind of like trying to poke holes in these players' games as well, because that's kind of what we do on the show, right? And
Oh,
drops were something. Like I said, I got 5 or 6 films on this YouTube channel of him, and I record all the plays, and there were some just concentration drops. So if I'm going to try and nitpick on part of a scouting trait that maybe isn't great, he does have an occasional drop, but I can't hold that against him. It was really hard
wow.
watching the film to come up with something that I think is going to hold him back from being successful in hitting our dynasty rosters, and that was probably a weak attempt at that.
Well, I don't think it's a weak attempt. It's the one thing that's polarizing, right?
Yeah,
But it's still under 10% as far as for his entire collegiate
career.
career. So
Yeah,
that's pretty good. Yeah,
yeah.
I'm not worried about that. So, what do you think about the concerns that you have for him, though? That's, I
I
mean, is
mean,
there anything else other than the hands that really concern you? Because I had a problem poking holes.
yeah, well, you have on here lack of route advancement. So why don't you talk about that? What was your
Yeah,
thought?
it
Did
was
you?
it was just more once he got into his route, it was the advanced route tree. I think he can run them all, but I did see some areas where he was rounding off routes instead of, making him sharp and crisp so he can really cut inside, not allowing the defender to get inside leverage. I saw that a few times, but again, that is me nitpicking on like out routes and different things like that. I think that can be coached up and he'll be just fine.
Yeah, we can't talk about him and say like, oh, he's perfect. So
No, no, we can't do
yeah,
that. Are you
yeah.
kidding me?
No, there's no perfect prospect, but man, Malik Nabers is
No.
really fun to watch. He just has really had a great season. So let's talk about his draft and dynasty projection.
Mhm.
I have on here he's going to be a top 15 selection. I don't think, I was going back to last year's draft, right? Jackson Smith and Jigba was the first wide receiver taken, but he didn't go to number 20, I think, in the first round. I think that's what it was, if my memory corrects me, but I think this guy's a top 15 pick.
Well, easily a top 15 pick. If there weren't so many good, like, tackles and different things, he'd probably go
Mhm.
top 10.
Yeah. So I think our super flex rookie draft, I think he's going to be an early to mid first round. You're probably going to have May Williams go off the board, Marvin Harrison. There's your 1, 2, 3. Again, right now that is what it looks like it's going to be.
Mhm.
I could see Neighbors coming right off the board at number 4. I mean, because this running back class, as we did the show last week on the podcast about our running backs. We don't think anyone's going to get drafted maybe until the late first round in our rookie drafts. I could see Neighbors coming off at number 4, probably not getting out of the top 5.
Yeah. I mean, who else would go there, right? Unless there's somebody else that gets taken and has a better position and opportunity on the team, but I just don't see that happen. You brought up something that's interesting too. I'm really curious to see where that first running back comes off the board.
Yeah, exactly. So we love to do dynasty player value comps on here.
Mhm.
I watch his game, and it kind of reminds me of Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson is one of those nuanced route runners. He can win the 50-50 balls, but that's not really his game. His game is getting more out in space, boundary receivers, kind of like a Devontae Smith kind of, player and playmaker, just knows how to get open, knows how to take advantage of the defenses. And I look at his game, and Garrett Wilson is just somebody that when I watch Malik Neighbors, I see a little bit of Garrett Wilson in his play.
I could absolutely see that, especially just the crisp, clean breaks that he can have on those short routes and just manipulation. I can absolutely see that. I have DJ Moore. I've been watching a lot of DJ
Nice.
Moore and how the Bears are using him, and I can absolutely see DJ Moore and Malik Nabers. Because he can be also used on like endo rounds and as a runner
Hmm.
because of that explosiveness that he has, and he can gain yards
Absolutely.
as a ball carrier, and that's something that DJ Moore is being used for with the Bears. Just saw very, very similarities
Yeah.
between those two. So two pretty good names, huh? not
Yeah, I'd say
not too
so. Man,
shabby.
listen, and he should fulfill those expectations
I think so too.
and
Yeah.
production. So, currently right now my wide receiver ranks, I've got him as like 1A, 1B between him and Marvin Harrison. We talked earlier on the podcast about, what I like about his game a little bit more than Marvin Harrison, but they're 1A, 1B for me, and I'm assuming it's the same for you.
Yeah, I got him at 2, but 1A, 1B. Right.
Yeah, I like it. So there you guys go. That is our Malik Nabers rookie report for the 2024 draft. I can't freaking wait.